So now locate the emotional energy in your body. Most of you will feel it in your heart and in your throat. Could be also solar plexus, but often our grief and loss, combinations of grief and loss and fear are experienced here in the chest. See if you can unclench all around. Notice the tendency to kind of clench or resist the intensity of the emotion. And instead see if you can soften and open to it. Relax the body. Let the breath become a little slower. And let us, all of us in this room, join together now to work skillfully with this energy. Some of which may arise out of our own personal experience, and much of which is in the atmosphere, is in our connection to everybody and everything. Let's us as a group work skillfully with this energy for the benefit of everyone who's experiencing it outside of this class. So then we have our intention. Let's set the intention to feel the emotion and not be the emotion, so that we can work skillfully with the emotion, so that we can bring love to the emotion. So this takes courage. You have to be willing to let yourself feel the intensity of the fear and anxiety, the intensity of the sadness and loss, the intensity of the despair and the hopelessness, and know this energy does not define me. It's in my system. It's moving through my system, and it's here for me to work skillfully with. It's here for me to bring love to. That's why it's here in my system. So I'm not going to shy back from it. With great courage, I'm going to draw from my true nature, and I'm going to open completely to it. I'm going to take it in. As many of you have taken evacuees into your house, we're saying to this energy, I'm going to take you into my heart. My heart is open. I'm going to take you into my heart. You're welcome here. Let the heart become more expansive. So that you feel a spaciousness open up around these painful emotional energies. And just for a bit, just be willing to witness and hold these emotional energies without the need to resolve them or to get rid of them or to make less of them or to figure out a way to fix them. Just hold them in your awareness. And see if you can just relate to them with loving kindness. They aren't what you are. What you are is awareness and love. And so as you watch and hold these emotions in your heart, let compassion flow to these emotional energies. Compassion is love in response to suffering. As though you could say to the emotional energies, you're welcome here in my heart. Stay as long as you need. Drink in this love and this light that I'm giving you. Let the heart stay open and spacious. And the emotional energies just run their course, whether it's to stay, to intensify, to dissipate, to empty out, whatever it is. Awareness just accepts it as it is. Just going to stay here before moving on to the next phase for a moment. Just stay here in this practice of open-hearted relating to painful emotion. Is there anybody here in the room who does not understand what I'm saying or has a question? Okay, and we just stay in this mode together. And a willingness, again, a willingness on the part of awareness, on your true nature to say, is there any other emotion that needs love? You're welcome into this heart. Is there anybody in the Walmart parking lot whose emotion is so overwhelming that I could take some of that emotion for them? Is there anybody that's lost home, possession, even loved one, who has no access to any of these understandings, any of these teachings, this Dharma, whose energy I could take a little and hold in my heart? My heart is an open refuge for such energies. Just hold that intention. My heart is an open refuge. So then, let the heart continue to expand, to open to the stream of the collective consciousness that's here in Butte County right now. With your consciousness, you can scan over the shelters. And the parking lots. And the people sleeping in their cars. And the people overwhelmed with the smoke. With this intention, I want my heart to be a refuge for any emotional energies. that other people cannot handle, that they're struggling and suffering with. I welcome these energies into my open heart, my spacious open heart, which, please understand, is connected to the Divine Mother's heart. So you are not having to draw from your own personal resources here. You're just willing to keep your heart open and to draw in all of these energies so that they can be touched with divine love that's coming to you and through you. And just notice what it's like for your heart to be such a refuge. How it in some way touches in on our soul's very purpose for being on the planet at this time. For our heart to be a refuge, for us to work skillfully with the power of love to help heal and raise human consciousness. Now, we're going to open ourselves to the resources of the Great Heart more intentionally. So to do that, I want you to bring all of your attention to the crown of your head. Think of the crown of the head, the crown chakra, as being a closed flower bud. Flower of your choice, traditionally it's a lotus. 1,000-petaled lotus. Now with your intention, visualize that lotus at the crown of your head opening, blossoming. All those petals reaching up and falling back. The crown chakra opens directly to a spiritual dimension, to the dimension of love and light in the great heart. So then visualize light coming down through the crown and into the heart center. Just a shaft of beautiful, sun yellow, brilliant light flowing in through the crown, through the head, and into the heart center, where it fills the heart center. Now, simultaneously, I want you to bring your attention to the space between the shoulder blades, the back side of the heart center. And with your intention, allow the back side of the heart chakra to open. Again, you can just see an aperture open or a flower bud open on the back side of the heart. And streaming in through the back of the heart, again, is more light. What's coming in through the crown is infinite awareness and intelligence. What's coming in through the back of the heart is unconditional love. What's converging now in your heart center is the infinite intelligence, the unspeakable power, the unconditional love, the all-pervasive peace of the great heart. And feel these qualities converge in the heart center and flow into all the energies that have been accumulating there. Let go entirely of any idea of my pain, somebody else's pain. It matters not here. All of the emotional energy that you've been picking up, that you've made your heart an open refuge to, all of that now is just being infused with this brilliant light from the great heart. It pours in without your effort, in through the crown, in through the back of the heart. It fills the entire heart center to, it's just radiating as though the sun itself had taken up residence in your chest. And now let's hold this intention that this light of divine intelligence and power and peace and love now flow to the origin of this pain and fear and loss that you've been holding. Let that light flow to the origin of that pain. Whether that's in your own system, or in the system of the people that you know, or in the system of those people that you don't know, whose heart you opened to. Let this profound, comforting, loving light flow to all those that you're connected to in this way. To people that you're caring for, to people that you know have been affected. Loved ones, friends, co-workers, students. And to strangers that you don't know, who are only strangers to the mind, not to the heart. To those that are suffering tonight, to those who are despairing. Now, the intention of the heart is to be not only a refuge of these energies, but a channel, a divine light and love and grace, pouring through this system into the very collective atmosphere that we're sharing. And now just feel what it's like to be a channel of divine love. It matters not where this goes, that's not our responsibility. What the effect will be, what the outcome will be, that's not our responsibility. The responsibility here is to be willing to receive and extend, to keep the heart wide open, to feel whatever is there, and to allow divine love to flow to it. See if in the practice for just a moment you can just absolutely forget yourself. Like let go of any sense of separation, of being a certain person with a certain name. Just allow yourself to be a channel of this flow. To let it be directed to you and through you in the way that's needed. Without any effort or strategizing on the mind's part. And can you notice how when we allow love to respond to this great pain, it resolves any fear that we might have about being a refuge to others' pain. We have a way of working with that now. A way of working with pain, of sadness, of despair, of loss, of grief, of hopelessness. All those energies, then we open our hearts to be a refuge to those energies and allow the light of love to flow to them. This work is central to why we're here on the earth at this time. To help filter and bring love to human consciousness. To aid in the unfolding and the uplifting and the awakening of human consciousness. By bringing love to whatever arises in our experience. All right, take a nice deep breath. And even as you begin to orient yourself back onto this chair in this room, into this body-mind. Don't lose that sense of the heart being open and spacious, and the way in which that heart here in the chest is connected to the great heart, both above and behind. Don't lose the sense of your heart's calling as being a channel, a refuge and a channel. When you're ready, let your eyes open.